Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, three-time gold medalist and three-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your #1 resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Representing Extreme Couture and fighting out of the way of Honolulu, Hawaii, Ty Gwerder. Representing fighting out of Price, Utah, Ty Jones.
Here we go. We've got Ty Gwerder in the red and black trunks, blue tape. Mike Jones in the black trunks, red tape.
Ty Gwerder, good head movement, get out of the way of that first shot.
Nasty body kick from Gwerder. No secret, Warner said he was going to keep it standing and knock him out. Flying knee just misses, and now Jones counters with a few shots. They high-five each other, and Gwerder is just a happy guy. He was just extremely excited to be here and on the TV card.
Yeah, both these guys love fighting. The thrill of it. Boom, right on the liver. Oh, buddy.
Oh, man.
Take to the head. You leave that liver exposed, and you are going down.
And somewhere in California, Boss Rutan is smiling. A man who loves the liver kick.
Yep, and when he landed, he'd say, "That's the one."
That's the one. I told you.
Knockout, Ty Gwerder.
Gwerder keeps his spotless record.
You heard it here first. Ty Gwerder, professional middleweight MMA. I'm going to call him a champion. He's a champion, especially for myself as a Las Vegas, Nevada resident. I'm proud of this young man. He's doing like things in a business that are very, very different. If you were able to see that clip, watch that clip, Google Ty Gwerder. Gwerder. There's a lot of stuff to watch about this guy. He hails from Las Vegas, Nevada. You're in Las Vegas right now, right, Ty?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hailing all the way from my city, Las Vegas, Nevada. Listen, you're liver kicking, knee dropping, doing every major thing that you can think of in this business, but you're taking it seriously, because anybody who knows when it comes to MMA, how you go in the ring isn't always guaranteed of how you're going to come out.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, right or wrong.
Yeah, correct. I mean, I try to do what I do best, you know.
To everyone that's like listening, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from here and all around the world. You're listening to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. We have middleweight Bellator MMA professional Ty Gwerder here. How long have you been in the business?
Professionally, I've been in for about 3 years now. I've been training for a little over 10 years altogether.
And what's it been like? What's the most impactful thing that you've learned as a professional MMA fighter?
You know, it's crazy. Like, this sport really shows you the roller coaster ride of life. You know, it's never really ever in the middle. It's always the high of highs and the low of lows, you know, like when you're winning and constantly doing good things in there, you know, you feel like you're unstoppable and not even the road can stop you. And when you're at the lows, it's definitely one of those things where you start to contemplate life a little bit. I mean, well, maybe not that drastic, but you know, it gets pretty close to it. It's a really tough sport, and I've learned a lot about myself and who I am as a person and what I'm capable of doing mentally and physically. And that's definitely the one big takeaway I get from fighting.
It was written a while back ago. It says, while Bellator middleweight Ty Gwerder never backed down from a fight, growing up surrounded by the ever-present fight culture of his native Hawaii, he self-admittedly was the last of his family and friends group to start seriously training. What's it been like since that news report?
You know, it's been fairly good. I mean, I've being the last one to come onto the scene as a fighter out of, you know, my friends, like a bunch of my friends and my family members that did train and fight. You know, like I think myself starting, I was the youngest, so starting where I was able to take more away from the sport than they did when they were my age or at my level. And learning from those guys with all that their experience has made a very big impact on where I am in this sport. You know, I'm realistically, like if you look at it on paper, I'm very new to this sport. And to be where I'm at now, it doesn't, the way I fight, the way I look in there and my comfortability level of just in general of where I'm at in the sport, it almost doesn't make any sense. Like my coach, Eric Nixick, said, you know, the level of my gym experience is equivalent to someone who's been in the game for, you know, 10 years, you know, like my experience is going to always beat the guys that I'm put in front of.
It was written also by My MMA News. Fighting found me. Bellator middleweight Ty Gwerder. What does that mean? Fighting found me.
You know, like coming from Hawaii and, you know, raised by Filipino family, like, you know, typical Filipino family, they want you to be a nurse, a doctor, something more practical, you know, you don't see a lot of athletes come from a Filipino family. And, football was always my passion. I did very well in football, growing up. I was always one of the star players. I did really well. And, you know, I was one of those guys that also was plagued by injuries. So that also held me back. But I did fighting in the off season to keep me busy and, you know, just to keep my mind on the big goal that, you know, I was meant to be more than just a 9-to-5 back behind the desk kind of guy. I have nothing against it, but that I just feel like growing up, I was always meant for more than that. And, you know, growing up, and becoming a fighter and training has really like opened my eyes to what I'm capable of doing. And fighting just kind of was one of those things that's like, maybe I'll do it. And it ended up being something I was really good at. And I stuck with it. A lot of people had belief in me that I could do something with it. And, you know, I was like, all right, I'll run with it. And here I am.
And your family is truly supportive of all of this, correct? Because you took a different direction.
Yeah, my family's always been very supportive. It was a little harder for my mom. You know, she also wasn't very like keen of me being a football player just because she's seen me injured so many times, you know. And she was always like, just go to school and, you know, go be a cop and go try to get into FBI or something. Like, that was something I always wanted to do as a kid as well. But I know with my athletic ability and how good I was at doing, well, anything in sport related, there was no way I was meant to just do that. You know, I believe my mom was like, oh, you're really good at this, but you should probably go to school and just go and do that instead. But she's always supported me. It's just a little harder when she's got to watch her baby boy get punched in the face, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be really hard. I mean, especially when we consider the Filipino culture, your culture is very different from, you know, other cultures, especially when we look at family and, you know, following tradition. It's taken a lot more seriously than, say, American tradition. Would you say?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Very different.
So when you have children, Ty, do you think that you would have balance of holding tradition more to you being Filipino, or do you believe that you would incorporate some American traditions as well? Or is it that strong of a connection to where you just don't deviate if you don't have to?
I probably won't deviate if I don't have to. Like, you know, the one thing I love about Filipino culture is like we pride ourselves very much on being family people, you know, like family is everything. Even like Hawaiian culture, being raised in Hawaii, family and loyalty is everything. And I think that's the bottom line. You know, I was raised purely on that. It's not like my parents raised me a certain way. It was just certain beliefs were different. Like obviously go and do a regular job. But, you know, if my kids want to go and do something out of the ordinary, by all means, you know, I'm the very last person to say otherwise.
We're going to take a quick listen to this clip by Media Day Interview, and this was just a couple months ago. Would like to get your reaction or your thoughts from where we are at now, because things are ever so changing and growing, especially in your industry, to sports, of what COVID's done to it. Let's take a quick listen.
Ty, just to start, this is your third fight under the pandemic. How's it feel to finally be fighting in front of fans and getting back into that?
I'm actually pretty excited. It's going to be a fun fight for sure. So people are going to expect to see some fireworks. So it's nice to hear a little bit of a rumble from the crowd. And but either way, I'm happy if there's no crowd, and if there is a crowd, I just want to be being there fighting.
If someone who likes to press the action like you are, your last fight was a decision. Where are you? How are you training for this fight? Are you coming out hot? Are you going to be looking for a decision, looking for a finish?
Always going for a finish. I'm going to keep that 100% finish rate all the way through my career if I can. Also don't want to leave it in the hands of the judges. Nothing against them, just don't want to. I want to be an entertainer and keep pushing forward, put people on their heels, and just make it exciting.
And last one before we open to the media, what's your message to the Hawaiian fans?
All right, Hawaiians, I'm back. You know, I'm ready to keep this island train rolling.
You've got a really great spirit to you, Ty, and the authenticity and transparency that you hold within yourself and your own truth. You don't put on air for anyone, just like with this this quick clip that we played here by Media Day Interview. Just, you know, within your body language, your eye contact, your movement, you're very self-aware. Have you always known how truthful and real you are within yourself and with other people?
I try to be. I mean, some people will bring it to my attention and I don't really realize that I am honest. I'm very truthful. I try to be as pure as possible, you know, and I strongly believe that's just the best way to carry myself. It's not stressful, you know, like I can be my way, be who I am without worrying about how someone else feels about who I am. Like either you like me or you don't, and that's just the best way to put it. And it seems that everyone really likes that about me, and I appreciate that a lot, because it shows that I'm doing something right, you know, as a person. I'm not a terrible human being, you know. That's the last thing I'd want to be. Like if I'm there for you, I'm there for you, and if I'm not, I'm not. And people enjoy me for who I am, and that's just the best part.
When you were growing up, were you the one that always initiated, suggested You know, anytime if you were to see injustice, you know, you would call for inclusion, you would ask questions, you would encourage unity. Is that who you are? I mean, has it always been who you are? Because that's how I perceive you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you know, when situations would arise, I would be like, let's be realistic here, guys. Like, you know, growing up in Hawaii, it was always, I mean, it's crazy. People don't realize it. Like, people talk with their fists before they talk it out, you know? And, you know, I was always trying to be that person. I was like, all right, guys, like, I don't care if you guys throw hands or you guys want to fight, whatever, like, fight it out. But, like, be reasonable here. It doesn't always have to be violence or whatever it is, you know? I try to go to the best route possible, and that's just who I am.
So why MMA?
Like I said, it's found me. You know, the adrenaline that MMA gives me, it's almost addicting. I love the feeling of being in there. Not even to be in front of the crowd. It's just I love the feeling of testing myself against someone else. And you know, like I said, MMA taught me so much about myself that if I could do this sport forever and just continue to learn about myself, I would love to. You know, if I could do this till I couldn't walk anymore, I would do it. You know, and MMA is just a different sport compared to everything else. I played a lot of sports: basketball, track, football. I played soccer. You know, like, there's something about MMA that just makes people different. And I think a lot of who I am is because of MMA.
I will tell you, you sport the blonde look, the blonde hair very well. I really did that. Yeah.
That's actually the first time I've done it since I was a freshman in high school. So I was actually surprised it came out as well as it did.
It looks really good. So,
thank you.
Are you going to keep it for a while, or do you have your brown hair back?
My brown hair is back right now. Yeah, it grew up pretty quick, so I'll probably do it again for the next fight. I'm trying to go this whole Mark Hunt style for the next fight and get it all done nice and white, so that maybe I'll have a bloody fight in the next fight. And well, hopefully not my blood, but paint it red for the fight.
You know what? Do it.
Yeah,
do it.
That'd be something cool.
For media purposes, you would stand out, and it would make for a great talking point.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I actually would love to do it. You know, it's different. I'm trying to do different things now and just have more fun with it rather than just being plain. And sometimes I feel like I can get boring, so I wanna spice it up a little bit.
Have you ever been told you look a little bit like Dwayne Johnson?
I have not. I've been told I look more like Jason Momoa than anything else.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how.
I can see that. Do you ever plan on establishing a signature look, or do you believe that you already have one?
I think I do got the signature look already. Everyone's tied me to that kind of mullet, that Polynesian mullet looking hairstyle, tattoos, you know. I guess that's pretty much what it is. Actually, when I think about it.
Okay. It works. It really works. I'm surprised. I'm not bullshitting you, but it does work. So we're going to play a little game. It's called What Would You Do? You ready?
All right.
I don't even have the questions planned. This is going to be my third time doing it, and I just figured let's just have some fun. So.
All right, I'm nervous.
All right. Just take a breath. Take a breath. Keep in mind, I'm the one that's got to think of these questions.
All right.
But I'm going to be kind. All right. If I were to enter in the ring with you knowing I have no MMA experience, I've never trained or anything else. If I were to walk in a ring and say, you know what, I'm going to kick your ass, would you shake my hand and say, listen, dude, you know what? I appreciate your spunk. You know what? You know, we can give it a try, but I definitely want you to get some more experience and training behind you for the next year or two, put in whatever amount of time you need to, or would you be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to liver kick this motherfucker. What would you do?
I'll probably liver kick you.
Would you? Oh my God.
I mean, if it came down to the point where it was like, hey, I'm getting paid for this, yeah, I'm sorry, it's my food or your food. I'm trying to eat.
Oh, get out, really? That was an unexpected answer. I thought you would save my life. No, but I appreciate the honesty. Listen, no bad answers here. All right, so what would you do? If you were at a barbecue, would you be the bartender? Would you be at the grill, or would you be sitting back, relaxing, and having conversation and waiting for your food and drinks to be brought to you? What would you do?
Oh, I'm the grill guy. I'm always on the grill. Even if it's not my barbecue, I'm on the grill.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
But you're, and if someone, all right, this just came to my mind. All right. So let's say you're on a grill. What would you do? Question number 3. Someone didn't like what you made, and a guy came over and said, Ty, this is raw. If you don't know how to fucking cook, you shouldn't be cooking at all. Go get your dad or someone else to cook. Would you stand there? What would you do? Would you stand there and give a smile and then say, you know what, I'm very sorry about that. Let me put a new one on for you. Or would you kick them in the liver?
I'll probably kick him in the liver.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Well, at least they know not to come back for seconds.
I'll kick him in the liver and tell him to cook the damn steak himself next time.
There you go. I love it. All right. Question number 4. What would you do? If you could be any flavor ice cream, what would you be and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't really eat ice cream, but I'd say probably maybe like salted caramel because, you know, it's like sweet. I can be very sweet, but if you push me the wrong way, I can be real salty. So
I like the balance.
Just a little bit of both, sweet and salty.
Okay. Here's one that I asked on my last interview. What would you do? Last question. If you had your choice to live with anything or anybody, would it be a girlfriend? Would it be a dog? Or would it be a lizard?
Man, if my girlfriend hears this, she's going to kill me. Probably a dog.
Really? Okay. All right.
I mean, you know, dogs are easy to handle. They don't fight back. They just whine. They just whine when you don't feed them and give them a little extra attention. Well, I guess you could say a girlfriend does that, but dog would be a lot easier to handle.
And the food bill would be cheaper, and you know that if you needed to go away for a while, you can get a sitter. You know, if you have a doggy door, they can go outside, they can do whatever. They're more self-sufficient.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my girlfriend, she's awesome, but dogs are pretty easy to handle.
I'm really liking these answers. They are all unexpected. All unexpected. And keep in mind, it just went through my head. What is it about this signature liver kick that you do? Tell us more about that.
Well, I mean, I'm a southpaw. So for most people that don't know what a southpaw is, I'm a lefty. So my power side is my left side. And most people that are in front of me are righties. So being that they're righties, the open side is that body kick for me. Like my power from my left will contact, you know, their right side of their liver. So it's like, okay, it's just an open stance and it just plays more to my advantage. So, and I don't know, everyone says I have good kicks, and I guess it's shown a lot over my career. That left kick is dangerous. That's my sharpest sword.
What I'm surprised by is that is still, obviously, it is a legal thing you can do in MMA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Once someone gets kicked like that, are they automatically down and out? What is the recovery like as well?
I don't know what the recovery is like for that. If you actually get kicked pretty hard there and it does actual internal damage, I don't know. But I do recall that guy that I fought with that. He he had messaged me and said he had like a hard time pissing for like a week.
Ooh.
Like his like sternum was bruised, and I think like for a little while his liver wasn't processing stuff very well for a little while.
Damn. Really?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. That's what he's told me. So I've never felt anything that bad. So.
And has anyone ever liver kicked you?
I have. I've felt those a couple of times at practice, never in a fight, but at practice I've got hit with a couple of nice ones from a couple of the guys, and your body shuts down right away. Like it'll hit you, you think you're fine, and like split second later you're on the floor, like trying to gather yourself.
This is why I say your professional sport has got to be taken seriously. People need to treat you more than just a commodity or a bet. I mean, this is some serious, serious stuff that can happen. You know, like I said, as soon as you get in the ring, you may not come back out the same person as you did, you know, when you walked in.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Do you ever realize when the kick would come? Like in this profession, are there at times certain fights, certain moves become predictable, or is it unpredictable?
It's pretty unpredictable. You know, I'm actually very good. One of the good things about me is I'm very good at picking up tendencies and like patterns of what people do, and like I'll notice those pretty quickly in a fight. If someone likes to throw that kick, I'll pick it up quickly. Maybe he'll land one or two, but the moment I start picking up on what he's doing, I'm pretty good about predicting when they'll come, or seeing them the moment when they're trying to set it up or whatever it is. You know, I'm pretty good about seeing them. So and it comes with experience too. You know, with anything else, once you start picking up on something and doing it for so long, you kind of get adjusted to what usually comes next, or what works this way to what's next. Or, you know, it's like a chess match. You kind of start predicting things.
Now, do you ever watch, let's say you're going up, you know, against a certain person in a fight? Do you do your history? Do you go back? Do you watch their former fights? Do you look for weaknesses? Do you do like what they do in other sports and just do that back history to get an idea of what the temperature could be like against the opponent that you're going to be fighting in that moment?
Yeah, I do. Very little. I probably will watch like their most recent and maybe the fight before that, and I'll watch it maybe once or twice each. But it's like what Floyd Mayweather said a long time ago. He's like, I don't worry about what my opponent's going to do. I just do what I do best, and that's how I keep winning. And I like to keep that mentality for myself, because if I start worrying about what they're doing, then I stop doing what I'm doing. So I like to keep that in my head, so that way I'm the one who's leading the dance and it's not them.
Before we close out, share with us some good news, which I'm sure you have. Are there any projects, any fights coming up, either sometime before the end of the year, by the end of the year, or that we have to look forward to in 2022?
I actually don't really have much good news at the moment. I'm just kind of stagnant right now. I actually just got back to training from my broken hands, getting cleared from my broken hands from the last fight, and I actually tore my ACL 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God. During training you tore it?
Yeah, my first week back to training, I tore my ACL. So I'll be out for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, an ACL recovery can take weeks, if not over a month, right?
Thankfully I'm not getting surgery, but those who do get surgery, it takes about minimum 6 months. But the UFC doctors at the Performance Institute said if I get some stem cells, I should be back hopefully early next year, but we'll see.
You're going to recover.
I'm hoping I can get back to it sooner than later. I'd like to fight in February. So if that falls into place, we'll see how it goes.
Well, there's no reason why you can't or shouldn't fight. I know from our conversation before, or a while back before we made this official to have you here live on air with Stephen Cuoco. And for everyone tuning in, we've got professional MMA fighter Ty Gwerder here with us today. If you're just tuning in, if you're a huge Ty Gwerder fan, you love his story, you may have just found out about him, whatever it may be, just go ahead and tune in tomorrow, which will be Thursday. We are going to do a special Thanksgiving live airing of this episode. We are live today. We're going to re-air this episode tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Once again, tune in tomorrow, Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day at 2 p.m. Eastern time to recap, catch all with and about Ty Gwerder, professional MMA fighter. Where would be the best go-to place to connect with you? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Where are you most active?
Instagram is my most active. I've been a little dark lately, just staying off social media, but I'll be right back on here soon. But Instagram at ty.savage.mma. That's the best way to reach me. I'm pretty good about getting back to everybody. I try to, especially when it's genuine messages. So
yeah, and I'm gonna give confirmation on that. He does really, really well getting back. I mean, that's how this interview got set up. Instagram is off the hook. It looks great. Love the photos, love the interactions that you have on here. It's very, very friendly, very loving. Your girlfriend is gorgeous. You two look great together.
You. Appreciate it.
You've got a lot of great things, it looks like, that's coming up here. I love the modeling photos with you guys, of how you're including these lifestyle model type of stuff. It really is a great page.
Thank you. Trying to work on it. I'm trying to expand my horizons. I don't want to be known as just another Hawaiian fighter. I want to be able to do it all. And everyone, if people hit me up to do jobs, like, just to have me on set, I'm always down for it. And it's just cool to experience new things, and that's what I'm trying to market myself as.
And you are still with Bellator, correct?
I am actually a free agent now.
And what does that mean? Is there a benefit to that?
Yeah, there is. I mean, we're gonna take a step back and get some experience, get some more experience, get some wins under my pocket, and maybe we'll make a strong push for the UFC.
I can see it happening. I'm putting and projecting that positive energy out there. You've got everything to be a success. You already are a success. Continue even times of where you are at now, Ty. Stay positive, believe in yourself, and keep what you believe about yourself in your life. Keep that in a forefront of your mind's eye.
Thanks, Steve.
You're very welcome. You've got this. And remember, the slight pause of where you're at, you're healing. You got the ACL that's healing. You've got your hands that are healing. So really look at, is this a message? Is this a sign? Is this letting you know that you've got two choices? You can either continue to believe in yourself and move forward in this career or not. We know that you're going to do it. But I'm going to tell you, I don't see limitations with you. I really believe that God, the universe, all the above, is just asking you, what do you really want? What do you still believe in? Do you still believe in yourself? And do you still want to move forward with where you want to go? And like you said, you want to be multi-talented, multifaceted in all areas, no matter where they can take you. So we're going to have you back on again. Anything you want to talk about in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. You don't need to talk about a fight. If there's something personal going on, if you're getting booked, you're going on a trip, if you feel like you learned something in life, and you feel that the listeners could use words of wisdom and some encouragement from, maybe an experience that you had going on a yacht, or going somewhere with your girlfriend, or recovery, or whatever it may be. I know that there are stories, there are messages inside of you that yet to be told, whether it be here or
so
somewhere.
many.
Yeah.
So many. Just waiting for the right time to unfold the book, open it up and start telling the story.
Is there anything else you would like to, give a shout out to anyone, any other drops before we head on out and get ready for the holiday?
Just a little shout out to everyone that's been behind me from day one. This one goes to all of you. Just appreciate you guys and all the support. And part of my big drive is for all of you guys to keep you all entertained, and may everything be great on your side.
Thank you for joining us. Hold the line, Ty. You're going to close out with us, and then we're going to have a little bit of chat. Ty Gwerder, professional middleweight MMA fighter. Tune in tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Let all your friends know. Tune in live. Download the iOS or Android app, the Power 98.5 satellite radio. You can also tune in and listen on Alexa. We are also on Odyssey. We're formerly known as radio.com, Live Radio FM, Streamitter, Streama, MyTuner, and many more coming your way. 200 countries. The reach is now 200 countries. And I'm very grateful for all the love and support to our listeners from here and all around the world. I'm Stephen Cuoco, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.